Tiffany, a retired librarian turned homeschool mom, and this is Addie. And we are going to be continuing on with Addie's collection here, and we are going to be working with her cookbook. So, similar to Felicity and Josephina, yeah, and Kay doesn't have a cookbook, and neither, unfortunately, does Cecile and Marie Grace. This is very similar to their cookbooks, Felicity's and Josephina's, where it goes over their, this is cooking during the Civil War, talks about kitchens in the 1860s, and setting Addie's table, which it talks about both when she was a slave, when they were living above the dressmaker shop, and then when they were in the boarding house. So, and then of course it always talks about today's cooks. So, her breakfast menus include hominy grits, pork sausage and gravy, buttermilk biscuits, fried apples, and then scrambled eggs. So it talks about the history here. And no, it's not having you make sausage. So, and fried apples, and how they would raise chickens. Mostly the slaves, when they were raising chickens, they would just raise them for their eggs. They weren't going to eat them. So then you have dinner, which is a recipe for corn pudding. I think I may have made corn pudding. Hoppin' John, which was a specialty dish of black-eyed peas, rice, and what is that? Hoppin' John, I think it's bacon. So I don't like black-eyed peas, they're sour. Fried fish, hush puppies, and sweet potato pone. So the hush puppies is, it's the fried fish batter. That's what it is, without the fish, is what the hush puppies are. So it's cornmeal and onion and baking powder and egg and milk and shortening, which of course is fat. So, and then the sweet potato pony is pretty much, it's a sweet potato cake. So I'm going to bring it up here because you can see that in the corner. It looks like a pudding cake kind of thing. Yeah, it contains sweet potatoes, brown sugar, butter, maple syrup, milk, eggs, allspice, cinnamon, cloves, ginger, chopped nuts, and heavy cream or ice cream. So that's something they put on top. So it's interesting. And then you have her favorite foods, which includes a chicken shortcake, collard greens. I do not like collard greens. I find them sour, similar to the black-eyed peas. Cornbread, potato salad. I do not like cold potato salad, to be honest. Lemonade, peach cobbler, and I have made the peach cobbler. It's actually very good. Pound cake and shortbread. So the chicken shortcake is kind of interesting. It's like a it's a, why can I remember it? It's a cornmeal cake, and my brain cannot think of what that would be. With basically chicken and a white sauce over top of it. So, and cornbread. It's a cornbread with chicken and a white sauce over top of it. It's very much like chicken a la king, which is something that I grew up with, which is Grand's biscuits with a white sauce of cooked chicken, frozen peas, and carrots on top. It's actually a favorite dish of mine. So that's kind of what that chicken is. And then, of course, it had collard greens, very common in the South, cornbread, which, yes, I have made before, both from scratch and from a mix. The cold potato salad, the lemonade. This is a simple lemonade, so you just use lemons, sugar, water, and you kind of shake them together. I prefer making lemonade with a simple syrup because I think it tastes better, but that's my opinion. And then it has the peach cobbler, and yes, we made that. Can't remember. We didn't make it for Addie. Maybe I did make it for. I might have made it for Addie's birthday. It was actually very, very good. And I'm not a peach person. So, and then you have a pound cake, which is, it was named after its original ingredients: a pound of sugar, a pound of flour, and a pound of shortening, or a pound of butter. though this does not have that. It has 6 eggs, a pound of butter, 2 cups of sugar, um, 3 cups of flour, which might be a pound, I'm not sure, but nonetheless. And then you have the shortbread, which is, again, pretty common. There's almost a shortbread cookie in a lot of the recipes. This is just flour, salt, brown sugar, and butter. So, and this is just typical shortbread. So again, this is her cookbook. It's very enjoyable. Again, I always enjoy doing the history with these. This is obviously a used copy because there's some sort of white stuff on the front here. But I love the history, and the recipes are all pretty good. Again, there are certain things that I don't eat, like collard greens and black-eyed peas, and yes, I have tried them. No, I do not like them. But it's a great, great cookbook, and it's great for kids, and it's great for the learning about the history. So that is it for this review. We will be continuing on with Addy as the month of July goes on, and then we'll move on to Samantha. So I will see you next time.